Hello my friends and welcome back to EVE Online with me, Mark from DadX, and we've been doing some more Abyss test runs and we ended up thinking, well, we've got some ventures, we've got some guns, so we put some railguns on a venture. In this case a pair of 125mm Railgun IIs, and with Javelin ammo loaded, which is the low range ammo, it gives us a mighty 85 DPS and a fall off of 9,000 meters, and I'm pretty sure we're going to need that kind of range. The optimal isn't really going to be an issue, it's under 4 kilometers. I think we're going to have trouble keeping up with some of the rats, but to help us we do have an enduring afterburner right here to push us along. We're going to get just over 900 meters a second when that's running, which is going to be enough to keep up with the rats hopefully. For reps, we've got the small Clarity Ward Enduring Shield Booster giving us 30 hit points bonus per 2 seconds. Obviously that's running down the capacitor the whole time. And note, we're not cap stable on this fit, so we are going to have to manage our capacitor use to not run out of it. Next up we've got an EM Shield Amplifier II. The only reason I actually got that Tech 2 one in there is because I couldn't find anything else available locally, to be honest. We've got a Magnetic Field Stabilizer 2 down in the bottom slots just to give those guns a bit of a boost. In fact, we've got 81.2 DPS, and that's with 2 Tech 2 drones, do remember. I said 85 earlier, that was a little bit optimistic. In the rig slots, we've got a small Semiconductor memory cell to give us more capacitor, and we're boosting out EM resistances and our thermal resistances. So we're boosting resistances, we've got a bit of a capacitor boost to run the repper and the guns and the afterburner, but not all at the same time because we're not cap stable, so we do have to manage this fit. This is absolutely just for fun, guys. I'm not suggesting this is an efficient way to run a tier 0 Abyss at all. We've got some filaments, we've got some ventures, and we have a spirit of adventure, and that question, can it? Now, some of the feedback I got to the last video with the Omen run was, oh, this isn't the most efficient way to do Abyss. You want to do Frigate Abyss in a tier 0, you get better risk per hour. Yes, you do. But EVE is not all about the risk per hour. Certainly when you're grinding it can be. But we've got to remember just to have some fun too. So, can we get this venture through the Abyss? Place your bets now. We're running a gamma filament, so that's going to increase our shield amount and reduce explosive resistances. I brought 2 Warrior 2 drones. I've got the right drones for the site. Write down the day I did that, because I often do get that wrong, or just don't have the right ones handy. So we've got a cruiser in the first room. We need to close range, but we don't want to actually approach straight at him. We're going to corkscrew our way in. We're going to head just by double clicking under here. And then once we get in pretty close, we're going to switch to an orbit. We're going to get the drones out, set them on him, and then get the guns firing. Now this cruiser is quite fast, as you will see. I will show you the velocity tab on the overview shortly, I promise. He's faster than us, so we need to keep him within our fall off, which we can just about maintain with the afterburner running. And we're not taking too much damage, but we are repping. But we just can't leave everything running. This is not one of those fits, it's not an electrical site. We're going to have to keep an eye on things. I'm going to speed the footage up to 1.5 times speed now, because this is really just a matter of grinding him down. Hopefully, as you can see there you go, his speed is faster than ours. He's nearly 950 meters a second, we're just over 900. So as long as we can keep up with him, keep applying the damage, don't over rep, cut off the afterburner as I'm actually doing now. If you can keep within a decent range of him without it running, just conserve some capacitor when you can. Obviously your guns are going to stop if you run out of capacitor. On the subject of the weapons, it's your choice really. I think lasers might work, although they're so cap heavy I'm not sure. The Venture isn't bonus for any particular weapon type or the drones, so free choice really, but I think these railguns are the best. I have come in the Abyss with blasters on a Venture and a micro warp drive. I managed to get past one of these cruisers. A skybreaker got me in the second room. I've tried again with this fit solo, and a skybreaker got me in the second room after I'd got past a different spawn, so it was some intel. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you find a skybreaker in your Venture, you're doomed. But so as I said, this is for fun. You need a little bit of luck sometimes, and the luck here is going to be not getting a skybreaker in the spawn. As you can see, this rat has come and lurked at the edge of the Abyss site. We don't want to hit that barrier. We're going to have to fly manually back and forth over here. We can't orbit him because we don't want to go out the back of the site. So we do lose a bit of speed when we're jiggling around and twisting and turning to try and keeping out optimal. Take a little bit of damage, but we're managing so far. I'm certainly managing the cap, making sure I don't over rep, which is a bad habit of mine. And then I notice my guns aren't reloading, and then I notice I've got no Javelin ammo left, and I've got a choice of Spike, which is the Tech 2 long range ammo, which has awful tracking and it cannot hit the cruiser, as you can see here, or Thorium, which is actually my choice for longer range ammo for railguns. And I'm thinking at this point, oh, this is going to be tricky. My DPS just dropped down to a whopping 61 running with Thorium ammo. So this just got really interesting. Look at me, all chuffed over bringing the right drones once. And the pride comes before a fall. I've run out of the high DPS ammo. So let's see what we can do now. I'm getting repped up. I'm going to make sure I've charged my capacitor up, but we haven't even got to the loot box yet. Dexter's already told me over the shoulder when I'm doing this run, ha ha ha, you're doomed. So let's see, place your bets again. Are you double or quits? Right, we'll see what happens. But you know, it's not all about being optimal, I keep telling you. We have run a few of these with a pair of Ventures with this fit on each of them, and yeah, tier 0 you just breeze through, to be honest with you. We haven't run into a Skybreaker with the pair. The problem with the Skybreaker is its area of effect weapon. It gets your drones really quickly. It's constantly applying damage to you. You can't get very close to it, and you can hardly chip into its tank and its reps. So no, Skybreakers are bad news, but it is the luck of the draw. So if you want to have a go in a venture, just be prepared to lose it. Let me know how you get on. Let me know if you've done this before. I'm not claiming to be the only person crazy enough in the whole of New Eden to have tried this kind of an antic. So let me know if you ever tried this. But it's nice to see what can be done, even if you do need planets to align a little bit just to make sure you can get through. Which, as I say, in this case, is a Skybreaker spawn, in my experience so far. But this is a work in progress, you never know. And obviously I've not gone any silliness with bling on the fit or any of that. I've got nothing in my pod apart from, I think I've got two 2% implants. One for the guns, for damage, and one for shield amount. So it's not exactly considerable. I've also got a 2% power grid implant. That's for one of the caracal fits. And I think that's the only fit I actually need that for now. But apart from that, there's certainly no bling going on. We're in the second room and we've got a pair of these little drone weird squiggly things that are sellers. I think we'll be okay with these guys. They should come into us, so we're just going to head towards the cache. We got 1 million ISKs worth of loot, or just over 1 million in the last room from the cache. So let's see how we get on in this one. These drones will come into us and orbit us nice and close, and we can hopefully take them out as they come in. I did pull the drones when we were fighting that cruiser because they were taking some damage. As you can see, one's still slightly missing some armor, but they're all repped up now, so we'll get them making a contribution. And to be honest, it's about half. I think each drone is 10 DPS now, and each of these drones is 10 DPS, and each of the guns is 17, so there's not much in it with this ammo. The drones are as important as the guns right now to my overall DPS, so I do need to keep an eye on the chaps, and one's getting a bit of a beating. What should I do? I think I might be best off pulling the drones, saving them for the last room. Who knows what we might get in there. Come on, run. There you go, he's in. We'll leave him inside. Hopefully we can finish these guys off with just the railguns. And they are staying at a reasonably handy range. They're pretty fast. You wouldn't be hitting these with the spike, I can tell you now, with its tracking. I wish we had the Javelin, but you just got to get on with what you got really sometimes, haven't you? And now we're just down to grinding our way through this guy. Hopefully I shall speed the footage up. I'll keep the drones in, we'll keep those for the last room. The railguns seem to be doing the trick. The guy's conveniently coming to us. We're tanking him very nicely. The incoming damage is constant, but we're fine. We just don't need to over rep. In fact, we're going to let ourselves take a little bit of shield damage while we finish this guy off. Not too much, just in case we get a big hit. Give the drones another go. Why not? There's only one rat now to hit them. I'll keep a very close eye. But yeah, let's get this guy finished, because of course we got the timer, And our drop in DPS doesn't just mean it's taking us longer to kill the rats, so they've got longer to do damage to us. We could also run out of time, and we're almost halfway through the timer. But that is the second room cleared of hostiles, so let's go and grab the loot. Use the drones to take out that bio cache. Remember to bring them back in, of course. They are our very important helpers now. And let's see what we got here. Just under 1 million from that one. That's all good. We'll head over to the conduit and we'll get on into the next room. And here I am over repping as I'm supposed to be recharging my capacitor, but I finally notice. But there you go. Just in case you've never seen guns on a Venture before, I hope this is a nice gentle introduction for you to the concept of the battle Venture, which can be found lurking on various low-sec belts, usually with a passive tank and blasters, or maybe pulse lasers or rockets or auto guns. Who knows? The choice is yours. But yeah, Ventures can blow stuff up. Before we go into the next room, let's talk about this Purifier Skin, which is available for this video's giveaway. I also know that the new giveaway skin is going to be for the Buzzard. We haven't got the code yet, but I know it's the Buzzard. So in your comment down below, in which you would include your in-game name, tell me whether you'd like a Purifier Skin or a Buzzard skin. Hopefully I'll have the Buzzard skins pretty soon and I can get those sent out. On screen now are the last batch of lucky winners of the same Purifier Skin. So well done you guys. This week's comments, a theme. I think I'd like to know, A, have you ever done the Abyss in a Venture and managed to get through? Also, if you are grinding tier 0 abysses at the moment in your frigate, what's your goal? I'm quite interested to know. Is it for a Gila? Is that the next step in the Abyss career runner's ladder these days? Is that the next step in the ladder for you? Are you going to grind tier 0 Abyss until you get a Gila? Because I know much quicker and more interesting ways to get the money now and again, you know. So here we are into the last room, and it is another cruiser. So it's going to be exactly the same routine as before, guys, only we've now got 25% less DPS than we had before. So it's going to take 25% longer to actually take this guy down, assuming that we can. So let's get on with that, shall we? I'm going to try something different in this room. The cruiser's coming quite close. I'm going to head for the bio-adaptive cache and see what the cruiser does. He is still running away. He's not getting in close, and actually by slowing down to get into an orbit here and being at quite a long range, we're really helping out with his poor tracking. So he's applying quite a bit of damage. So if there's a cruiser in the room, whatever ship you're in, go straight for that cruiser. Definitely seems to be the best way. Close range with him, he'll have a lot more trouble applying any damage to you. We're not in any kind of trouble. I'm happy with where we are in terms of tank. The drones, I think we're just going to have to let die. We need their DPS for as long as possible. There's not enough room to save them for. So I think, yeah, you've been great, lads. You've been magnificent, but we're going to have to just let you go. How this drone here is holding out. It looks like he's got no hit points left. Well done. He's even repping his shield, look, bless him. What a hero warrior we've got there. We're reloading. We've got the DPS back on. We're now overheating. Overheating gives me a mighty DPS of 41.5 with this thorium ammo. And I've only got guns now. The drones have gone down. So we've just got to nibble our way through this cruiser. Do bear in mind, although this is an alpha alt, so yes, alphas can use Tech 2 guns. I get the occasional comment going, oh, I hate to be that guy, but alphas can't use Tech 2 modules. And I usually reply something along the lines of, ooh, you're so 2016, it's amazing. But, yeah, back to my point, he's a very high skill alpha. He's over the skill cap. He's probably max trained as far as an alpha can go for everything that's going on here. I'm staying in an orbit around the cruiser, and as you can see, I do clonk off the scenery. I keep an eye on that very closely. They've definitely improved the physics of collisions. You're much less likely to get stuck to a piece of scenery. In the Abyss, you can sometimes be on the wrong side of a rock and you will have to fly around them. So do watch out for scenery, but it certainly seems to cope a lot better than it used to. I remember losing ships because you were stuck to an asteroid and stuff in the past. Seems much less of that. I'm still overheating the guns. They're overheated to 62% damage by the time he goes down, but he is down, so we've made it. We've got some time left on the timer. So we didn't have to overheat our reps. We could have overheated the afterburner once or twice maybe to close range a bit quicker, or to get into an optimal maybe a little bit more than we could, not overheating the afterburner. Remember, train up your thermodynamic skill to mitigate the damage from overheating so you can do it for longer. It can sometimes get you out of quite a sticky situation, as it may well have done here, certainly to some extent. I've got a bit of time to spare. Let's see what we got in the final loot box. Was it all worth it? Only the loot fairy knows, really, at the end of the day. Not that we're here really for the ISK, but that's another 700,000, so that's about 2.7 million off of this run. So that's certainly better than nothing, isn't it? Although, as I say, I had already lost 2 ventures before I managed this run. Beware the skybreaker, that's all I can say on that front. Anyway, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this crazy little run. Again, I hope you just get the point that, you know, you need to play for a little bit of fun too. The grinding's all well and good, and it's great to have goals and to work to achieve them in game as it is in real life. But yeah, do remember just to have a bit of a laugh now and again too. It will save you getting burnt out and stressed out. And as we make our way back into case space, I'm going to leave you all till the next time. We'll be back very soon. I still won't go in the wormhole. I've ordered a new PC. This one is still a bit wobbly. The new PC should be here tomorrow. That's Monday. And yeah, it's an upgrade too. So not only will I be able to get back in the wormhole, it might even look prettier. If the Abyss can look any prettier, I'll be amazed. But we'll be back soon. So leave us a like if you liked it, please. Remember to leave your in-game name in your comment. Any comment gets entered into the draw, by the way, but if you want to answer my questions, give me a bit of intel, feel free. Subscribe if you want to stay in touch. Remember, even is believing, never give up. Even if things look bleak and the plan's gone wrong, take care of yourselves and each other. But for now, my friends, fly brave and goodbye.